So the project I have decided to do is the interactive story. I'm going to create an interactive story based on a short story by Angela Carter. The story is called The Snow Child. This is taken from her book The Bloody Chamber, which is a collection of short stories. The imagery of the character is based on the character Snow White. The strong description of the character will help me portray her as Angela Carter desired her to be in the story, with pale skin, red lips and black hair. Like the Disney version, there is jealousy from a female role. Also, the imagery of Snow White and the Snow Child is very similar, almost exactly the same, as you can see in the picture that is currently displayed. Angela Carter adapted her story from the Grimm Brothers version, where she switches the male and female role. She does this often within her short stories, which helps to gain a connection with the reader, as they are based on stories that are universally popular. From the imagery of the character, I have decided that the colour palette will be monochrome, with hints of red. This will also help create the dark and mysterious atmosphere. The first line of the story describes the scene within 3 words: midwinter, invincible, immaculate. I imagine them to be in a forest where snow has fallen quite heavily and is still falling. There will be this beaten track where the Count and Countess are riding. Due to the black and white theme, I was inspired to look into using a chalk and charcoal and trying to bring those images to life digitally, like the artist Guy Denning. I have decided that once I get all my initial drawings, I will add a small amount of animation to them, using Flash, as this is something I am already familiar with, and I feel it is the best software to help create the branching method. The branching method is something I will definitely use in creating this animation. It allows the viewer to choose from a selection of options to move the story on. Therefore, it is a great way to create interactivity. This is how I would use it within the story. There will be options to move the story on, but there will be 2 overall ending options, depending on the previous options that are chosen. Throughout the storyline, the viewer will be deciding the path of the character. In the story, she is made to be obedient and has no control over her destiny. This is something I will completely change within my work. The positive outcome of the story will be based on the ending of the Disney Snow White, where she rides off with her true prince, her hero. It will be light and joyful. The negative option will be the ending in the Angela Carter short novel, where the Snow Child dies and then melts. However, I will leave out the Count's gruesome goodbye. In the story, when the Snow Child dies, she leaves just a rose, a feather and a puddle. This is to represent how the Snow Child has no worth and was just amusement for the Count. In the novel, she is a figment of the Count's imagination. However, in my interactive animation, I am going to create her as a human that has come to the Count and Countess in a magical way. At the moment, I am looking to create the option as bars of text towards the bottom of the image. This will make it clear and obvious for the viewer to navigate. The music will be something mystical and will fit well into the atmosphere of the story, and will appeal to the older audience. In the novel, Angela Carter portrays masculine control over female identity. This is a serious matter, which links to the serious and adult nature of the book. Hopefully, I will be able to create an unusual, successful and emotive piece that represents the story well. I will be able to measure my success on whether other viewers can navigate the animation well, and whether I feel I have created the atmosphere I felt when I read the story.